So, in light of that, right, we are now on the road to the last big four pay-per-view of the year, which is Survivor Series, which is chock full of rumors and drama and speculation. But the one thing that we have for sure is that we have three matches that are set on the Survivor Series card. So first things first, we have the Women's World Championship is going to be on the line between Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark. The Intercontinental title is going to be on the line with Gunter versus The Miz. And we have our men's War Games team set. We have the Judgment Day versus Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, and Jey Uso. So I want to know, how do you feel about these matches? How do you feel about the Judgment Day being in the War Games match, along with everything else?
I'm sorry, why is Zoe Stark still getting a push? It's just all right, like that to me is not for Chicago. If I want to bring it to Chicago, I feel like that's not the match that I think the crowd actually cares about. I don't think the crowd hates Zoe Stark, but I also don't think that the crowd feels much of anything seeing Zoe Stark. I think she had a reaction when she was attached to Trish Stratus for 5 minutes, and I think that afterwards we kind of got the same lukewarm reaction we got from her on NXT. So I'm a little bit like surprised that that's just who they went with for Rhea, but I know that they mixed it up in that fatal four way, so there's tension. So do I care for it? No. Then you mentioned Miz versus who now?
Gunter for the Intercontinental title.
I mean, that's an easy W for Gunther. I mean, I never really complain too much when I see a Miz match because, um, I mean, Miz, he's not the best wrestler on the planet, but I mean, he'll make you look good, and he'll definitely build a storyline towards that to make it interesting enough. I mean, that's good for padding Gunther's resume. But I do like the team that you just mentioned for War Games. They're having their own War Games
Yeah.
essentially, right? I do that to me. I feel like it's probably going to be the most exciting thing, and I'm still anticipating Punk is going to wiggle his way into there. And if Punk does wiggle his way into there, do you think we would ever finally get the infamous angle that people are talking about with like CM Punk versus Cody down the line? Do you think they would try to work out an individual storyline?
I think that Punk and Cody is definitely a possibility, but before I'm visiting Punk and Cody, I'm visiting Punk and Seth. I think that
Mm.
Seth has made it very, very clear on his stance of CM Punk. And I'm pretty sure that if CM Punk were to come to the company, those are two guys that are going to do business. They're going to talk about it, whatever the issue they have, they're going to resolve. So I don't think that it's going to be like anything that happened in AEW, but um, I think that that is a feud that they should definitely visit first if they're gonna have some type of feud to kind of kick off CM Punk's kind of return to WWE. But I
Mm.
outside of that, I agree with you. I think that the Judgment Day versus this War Games team is definitely hold on. Is definitely going to be oh, baby. Sorry, yo, that was my girlfriend calling.
My girlfriend.
You landed safely. Okay. So, I think that those are perfect War Games teams. And I feel like even outside of the CM Punk potential return, there's still a form of drama that's kind of looming. Um, because once again, Damian Priest still has that Money in the Bank contract. Seth Rollins is the world champion. He's going to be in that match, and War Games is an extremely brutal match. So who knows? Maybe Damian will try to cash in at Survivor Series. Who knows? But there's so much to be kind of left to the imagination. But I feel like we're going to see. I'm very, very excited. All this happening in Chicago is not by coincidence. I'm just going to leave it at that. But I want to know how everybody else feels about this upcoming edition of Survivor Series. Let us know in the comments below. But we are going to move on.